please, oh, love to the children, yeah, in their eyes are the answers we see.
Now, here's today's host, Dr. Tony Ebel.
Hey, what's going on, chiropractors, and hopefully a lot of chiropractic students. Love being able to gym with you guys. Welcome back to the ChiroSecure Pediatric Show. I'm Dr. Tony Ebel, and I'm a pediatric chiropractor. Sorry I missed you last month. Winter has been the most sublimated winter of all time, it seems, and it took my power out that day. So just always remember myself, Dr. Monica Berger. She's had some amazing guests with Dr. Heidi Havoc and Dr. Claudia Onrig on the show here. So on the ChiroSecure channels, find it on Facebook, find it on YouTube. Go back. If this is the first pediatric conversation you are catching, Doc, love this one, soak up this one, but go back, because especially with my videos, first Thursday of every month for the last couple of months, we've been having this constant theme because we're covering the steps, the action steps that we as chiropractors, if our hearts, our soul, our hands are compelling us to see more kids, we've been laying out the action steps and strategies to get you there, and we'll do that again today. So here's the story for today. This is the biggest one, actually, because this conversation we're going to have, heavy hit and fast paced today, it's foundational. We're going to contrast something that we as a profession, the vast majority of us as chiropractors, are not doing with our approach to our practice, that medicine is and has been for a long time, is doing and doing very well. So when we really just line it up and we go toe to toe and we say, why are kids so sick today? Why are they so stressed? Why is there so many health challenges across kids, no matter which one you pull out of the hat, from autism to asthma to allergies? Why is there so much of that? Because they continue to be run by people who don't, the choices their families make for their kids to get health and stay healthy or recover it when they lose it are primarily controlled by people who don't know a lot about health, but they know a lot about sickness. So they put a lot of steps in place that end up with kids being a lot more sick than they should be. And we're over here knowing exactly what causes kids to get sick as chiropractors, DCs, doctors of cause. So therefore, we know exactly how to reverse that and how to get kids healthy if they've lost it, how to restore it. We call our initial care plans restoration plans. It's not a treatment plan. It's not any of that. It's restoring health if your child's lost it. And then our favorite plans are our wellness or prevention plans. But how do so many fall into the hands of medical care and so few fall into the hands of chiropractic care, whether it's your town, my town, or any town? It's not because families want their kiddos to be sick. It's not because families clearly want their kids to struggle. And it's also not because the doctors who have different initials than you and I, who are in charge of those kids' health, it's not that they want them to be either, but it's because that's simply where everybody knows, right? We're gonna unpack that word, knows where to begin. See, medicine, we're gonna just have a business hat combo for a second. If we just look at it business to business, medicine is dominating the family care pediatric market because simply they start there. Because the pediatrician is in charge of our children's health for most families from the very beginning. So that is the first place that the family, and therefore then the child, learns this behavior, anchors their trust, and says, that's where I go to get my health back if I've lost it. And also, right, well baby visits and all that stuff, that's where I go to just get it and maintain it. So from the very beginning of life, that's just what people know. Therefore, that's what they believe they should do. So that's what dictates their behaviors. And that's the results. More sick kids, more sick people than ever before. And we, for some reason, are trying to help. We're trying to rebalance things. We're trying to get to the place where we can get what we know will get kids healthy by taking a backwards approach. We primarily start with adults. We primarily put a message into our community that says, Moms, and again, we don't even necessarily refer to them as moms and dads in our initial marketing and messaging. And we go, hey, you got back pain, right? Hey, you got neck pain. Oh, you got carpal tunnel? That's a real son of a gun. Oh, did you get in a car accident? You got musculoskeletal physical pain. And we bought this BS that we should start our messaging and marketing into the community with what people will accept. We accept this acceptance, and it's not working for us because we're told, just get them in. Just get them in the front door, then get them to your workshop, get them to your orientation, get them on the table side. Then you'll put some magical message on your whiteboard, or you'll send them some canned email that somebody created you about chiropractic for kids, and you'll put the bullet point about ear infections and asthma and ADHD on the 17th bullet point on your website after back pain, neck pain, carpal tunnel, sciatica, stenosis, and I don't really know that many of those conditions because I don't really deal with too many of them in my practice. And you leave kids at the end of the train at best, and you think people are going to pick up that message, and they don't. They don't really get the bigger idea after they get their back cracked, their insurance billed, and their traction done, okay? What we do is we take the hard, easy approach. So what my take-home approach for you is if you truly, this is all you need to know out of today's video. If you truly are meant to see kids and families in practice, you need to start with kids first and add the family later. Here's a little saying, a metaphor I want you to drill into your heart and your head and take your actions from it forever forward. Every child has a family. Sure, some of our adult patients don't even have kids. If you started there and wanted to see kids, you've got a least likely algorithm for success. But the reason we are 65% pediatrics is because 95% plus, and I'm being low. I'm doing the opposite of chiro math. I'm actually going low on a number. Really about 100% of our marketing is kid-focused pediatric first. 90% plus of our new patients who start from external means, meaning they find our message on Facebook, on YouTube, in the community, are kids. But 50% of our internal referrals are adults because, hey, they got parents. So if the parents are already driving them, already bringing them, and that's the funny logistical part of it. But once you can deliver, which we covered on messages and on these ChiroSecure shows before, we got you the beginning action steps on how to deliver a message into your community that parents will hear with value, with clarity, with certainty, with science, with emotion, with everything you need to pack into that message. And they will first begin to know that you exist and are an option for the healthcare of their child. And then once they know about you and you gain their attention, because that's the first issue you need to address. They don't even know we are an option. Then once they know you, then they trust you when you learn how to communicate and message and deliver that into your community. And then they start with you. Then they take action. And I'm telling you, Doc, when you do that way, when you take the formula and that approach to building your practice with a kid-first focused message into your community, and let me clarify one more layer. I'm not talking about putting the word family in your name, saying, Ebel Family Wellness is your practice name, but then they land on your website and it's a picture of an old dude with back pain and every message is about, this is my job, helping chiropractors clarify their brand and their voice and their action to actually align and become congruent with what their heart and soul really wants. Most of us have the desire to see kids, but we put ourselves in our way by not being clear all the way through. Everything about your message needs to be kids first. I'm not saying you need to be 100% only kids like a pediatrician would be. That's the fun we get to do with family practice. But you have to take inventory. So here's your action step as we finish this up. This will be a 10-minute and done show for you today. You need to go through everything that goes into your community. You need to go through your Facebook page. You need to go through your website. You need to go through the words you share every time you talk to people about chiropractic in your community. You need to go through the internal look of your practice, the posters, the design, the layout. You need to run an entire audit on what your brand is and see if it says kids first and families, or see if it says back pain first. And I hope, please, will you bag of, maybe bring your kids in. You need to flip it on its head. And that is the biggest issue I see is even when people commit a little bit and they call it, the vast majority of us who have family in our name are anything about family. And here's what you need to know about the consumers who you need to connect to get kids into your practice. They're called moms. And moms with their babies that they guard with everything they have and value with everything they have 1,000,000 times more than their own well-being. They've got BS detectors that are way more advanced and way more sensitive and way more smart than the old dude with back pain BS detector. So you may say family, you may talk about kids in an email here or a newsletter there or a poster there hidden in the back room of your office, but it's got to be the only thing you talk about. If you want to be 20, 30, 50%, especially plus pediatrics in your practice, you need to be 100% pediatric focused first. That's your message. That's your path. That's your formula if you want to see kids. Don't take the path that so many have said for decades that you really can just go this way first and then get them later. You'll only get a little bit down the road. You want to get all the way down the road. You want to get an epic pediatric practice and purpose fulfilled from that. Start with kids with everything you do. That's what pediatricians do. That's why so many of them go there first and never go to us or go to us last. And we've got to redo the job that should have been done. So why don't we all, anybody who's feeling compelled to do this, flip your brand completely on its head. Go kid first, kid focused. You need help? You know where to find me. This is the book of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google me, email me, fly to Crystal Lake and buy me coffee. And we'll talk about it. And I'll see you next month. Don't forget, Dr. Monica, in 2 weeks on this, third Thursday of every single month. Don't forget to come back and see me first Thursday next month as well. Love being able to put this message out there. Thank you again, ChiroSecure. Let's go save more kids with chiropractic, which means we need to go more kid-focused first. That's your take home today. Run your audit, see if you're putting that out there. And if you're not, change it. I'm here to help if you need me. God bless.
Today's Pediatrics show, Look to the Children, was brought to you by ChiroSecure and the award-winning book series, I Am a Lovable Me. Make sure you join us next week, right here at the same time. See you next week.